Hi everyone，
我係 Vivian，
I'm
我
Gabriel。
係家樂敬雅小組，佢好愛嘅組員。
I am the beloved cell member of Pastor Zoe and Roland.
咁我出生喺一個平凡嘅家庭裏邊，
So I was born in an ordinary family.
我有一個哥哥，
I have an elder brother.
我爸爸係酒樓經理嚟嘅，
My father is a restaurant manager.
咁媽媽咧就喺銀行工作。
My mom worked in a bank.
我哋一家人咧其實從好早開始已經係聚少離多，關係就比較疏離。
My family didn't really gather much. We didn't see each other much.
喺我印象裏邊咧，一家人相聚嘅回憶真係好少。
So in my memory, we didn't really have many family gatherings.
爸爸媽媽因為工作關係啦，咁我日頭咧係同哥哥都係婆婆照顧。
Because my parents had to work, so my brother and I were cared for by my grandmother.
夜晚我先會見到我媽，
At night, I will see my mom,
咁我爸爸見面嘅時間更加少。
but I didn't even see my dad much and not more than my mom.
因為咧酒樓一般好夜先會收工，所以我真係成日好少見到我爸爸嘅。
Because he got off late from work, so I hardly ever saw him.
咁放假嘅時咧，我媽唔中意出街嘅，
And during holidays, my mom didn't like to go out.
咁更加好少一家人會去街，就係間中爸爸會帶我同哥哥出去。
So we hardly had any outdoor family gatherings, but sometimes my dad and my brother would take me home.
直到中一嗰一年咧，
And then when I entered Form 1,
我爸爸決定要去上海嗰度做嘢，
my dad decided to move to Shanghai to work.
咁我媽就做咗個決定，
And then my mom made a decision.
就係要逼我咧跟埋佢一齊去上海嗰度住。
And she forced me to move to Shanghai with her.
我覺得媽咪好自私，
I felt that she was very selfish.
佢冇理我嘅感受。
She didn't care about my feelings.
咁我又問阿媽點解阿哥可以喺香港咧？
So I asked her, why can my brother be in Hong Kong?
佢答我，因為我就係女仔，就要跟住佢身邊。
She answered me because I am a girl, so I must go with her, with my mom.
咁我就被逼俾阿媽帶咗上海居住。
So I was forced to move to Shanghai with my parents.
喺上海只不過半年嘅時間，
I was only in Shanghai for half a year.
我個感覺好似生不如死。
I felt that it was like living dead there.
因為我媽媽將我放咗喺一個寄宿學校裏面去生活，
Because my mom put me in a boarding school
喺一個陌生嘅環境嗰度，
in such an unfamiliar place.
無論係睇又唔識睇啦，講又唔識講，甚至啲文化同我哋好唔同。
And the culture, the language, the environment was so different and I didn't understand the language.
我覺得我好似孤兒咁樣，
I felt like an orphan.
我冇辦法去投入嗰度嘅生活。
I couldn't really participate in that kind of life.
由於我情緒出現咗問題咧，咁我一下子就瘦得好緊要。
Because I had some emotional mood problems, I started to become very, very thin.
我媽咪見到呢個情況咧，咁佢都不服啦，送翻我翻嚟香港。
Because she saw me losing a lot of weight, she let me go back to Hong Kong.
由嗰個時間開始咧，我哋一家人真係冇再一齊住過。
So from then on, our family never reunited and lived together ever again.
阿哥好細個開始已經好中意蝦我，
My elder brother always used to and a long time ago, he already started bullying me.
加上咧爸爸媽媽唔喺度啦，婆婆特別錫阿哥嘅。
Because my parents were not here, my grandmother favored my elder brother.
我好早咧就想離開呢一個屋企，
I have longed to leave this home.
同埋由細到大咧，父母都冇乜點樣教我嘅。
My parents never really taught me or disciplined me in anything.
我人生嘅界線同埋價值觀都係喺朋友身上學到嘅。
So all the life boundaries and values were learned from my friends.
我人生冇目標，冇方向。
I didn't have any goal, no direction at all.
中三已經咧唔想翻學，
In Form 3, I already didn't want to go to school.
中四嗰年咧，群埋班壞朋友咧，我開始食煙啦、飲酒。
In Form 4, I met some not so good friends, and I started to drink, smoke,
繼而就逃學啦，又同人打交。
and I played truant, and I was involved with some meetings.
群埋啲朋友咧就去商場度偷嘢，
And I would go to shopping malls with friends to steal,
我仲越嚟越夜先會翻屋企。
and I returned home really late at night.
有一晚咧，大概11點翻到屋企咧，我發現哥哥用一條好粗嗰條鐵鏈咧，將門嘅鐵閘鎖住咗。
And once when I went home at 11 o'clock, I found that my elder brother had used a really thick chain to lock up the gate.
嗰一晚開始咧，我冇再翻屋企。
From then on, I never returned home again.
我住咗喺一個咧我中學嘅同學屋企，
I stayed at my middle school friend's home.
佢阿媽知道我情況咧，竟然唔俾我留喺度同佢哋一家人去住。
My friend's, my classmate's mother knew about my situation and she let me stay there.
佢一家人咧待我好似親人咁樣，
The family treated me like their family member.
直到咧我開始拍拖之後，我就搬走咗同男朋友一齊住。
So when I started dating, I moved out.
拍拖之後，我生活變得越嚟越混亂。
And after dating, my life became more and more chaotic.
嗰陣時個男朋友成日帶我去酒吧，
At that time, my boyfriend took me to bars,
卡拉 OK 啊或者 disco 啊 party 啊嗰啲地方。
to karaoke, discos and clubs.
我開始咧接觸咗一啲軟性毒品。
And then I was exposed to drugs.
我食咗嗰啲我食咗個軟性毒品之後咧，我覺得自己個心情好開心、好興奮、好自由。
After taking those soft drugs, I felt so happy, excited,
冇
and
晒
free.
冇晒煩惱，
I felt so free and without any worries.
所以咧我不斷去試唔同款式嘅毒品，
So I tried many different types of soft drugs.
而且我食嘅份量越嚟越多。
And then I started to take more and more of them.
因為藥力一過咧，我覺得好空虛，同埋我嘅情緒會變得好低落。
Because when the drug effects are over, I felt so empty and I felt so depressed.
我冇辦法抽離，甚至乎我日頭翻工嘅時候咧，我都會食呢啲精神藥物。
I couldn't get away from these drugs, and even when I started working, I continued to take psychotropic drugs.
我思緒咧越嚟越混亂，甚至咧夜晚去咗玩，遇見嘅人同事我都會忘記。
My thoughts became more and more confused and chaotic, and sometimes, but a lot of the times, I would even forget what happened the day before.
但係冇因為咁樣停落嚟，
But I never stopped doing it.
我過住呢一種糜爛嘅生活。
I continued this kind of life.
我放縱我嘅肉體，我放縱情慾。
I indulged in my flesh and lust.
我形容嗰陣時，我只有一個軀殼嘅啫。
I felt that I had no soul at all.
我靈魂好似賣咗俾魔鬼。
I felt that my soul was like sold to the devil.
我同我先生都係經朋友介紹咧，喺 disco 裏面認識拍拖。
I met my husband through an introduction by my friends at the disco.
我哋識咗唔夠半年，
We only knew each other for half a year.
因為有婚前性行為啦，我就有咗 BB， 跟住就決定結婚啦。
Because of premarital sex, I got pregnant, and so I got married.
我嗰陣時得23歲，
I was only 23 years old.
我第一個 BB 出世之後咧，
After my first child was born,
我同我先生發生咗好多摩擦，
there were a lot of frictions between us.
我先至發覺佢嘅脾氣係非常之暴躁。
And then I found that he is he always has anger and temper issues.
佢嘅脾氣可以一秒就會撻得着。
His anger would suddenly burst in 1 second.
因為有啲好少嘅事咧，都好容易會發嬲。
He would get angry over very little things.
有時同佢嘈嘅時候，佢脾氣就會更加大。
When I have conflicts with him, his temper would even get even become worse.
但係甚至乎咧，佢會出拳打啲家私同埋啲門去發泄。
He would even punch the door or furniture.
但係平時嘅佢咧，佢唔係咁樣嘅。
But usually he wasn't like that.
佢係一個好好嘅爸爸。
He is a very good dad.
佢會照顧佢嘅照顧兩個孩子，煮飯俾我哋食。
He would look after the children and he would cook for us.
所有孩子嘅活動啦，佢都會出席。
And he would attend all the kids' activities.
同埋經常帶佢哋出去玩。
He would bring them out to play.
但係佢嘅情緒就係咁樣大起大落。
But his emotional state is very it goes up and down.
佢令到我感覺好無所適從。
So I really didn't know how to handle him.
佢發脾氣嘅時候咧，我覺得眼前呢個老公咧好陌生，令到我覺得好心寒。
When he throws a temper at me, I would feel so scared.
即使佢平時對我有幾好
，even if he is really good to me, like usually.
但係佢發脾氣嗰下咧，佢所有嘅好處我都忘記。
But when he loses his temper, I would just forget everything good that he did to me.
我開始唔同佢嘈，我淨係會唔出聲。
I started to not talk to him much, and I wouldn't cause any conflict.
我淨係坐喺梳化嗰度會不停咁喊。
I would just sit on the sofa and cry.
佢當然唔會了解我嘅感受。
Of course, he didn't understand me.
淨係會問我你喊完未？
He would just ask me, "Have you finished crying yet?"
我覺得好無助，同埋我覺得好委屈。
I felt so helpless and I didn't know what to do.
好後悔同佢結婚。
I resented having married him.
同埋我同佢相處時候，我都會好小心。
And I would be very careful when I interact with him.
因為佢咧會因為好小事發嬲。
Because any small thing can arouse his anger.
我有兩個仔啦，佢哋嘅年紀相差1歲幾嘅啫。
I have 2 sons and they are
佢哋好
1
多
year
時
apart.
候都好曳嘅。
They are very a bit troublesome.
我搞唔掂佢哋嘅時候咧，我真係唯有只好叫我老公去教佢哋。
When I didn't know how to handle them, I could only ask my husband to help.
但係我老公教小朋友嘅時候，往往都會伴隨住佢嗰啲憤怒。
But the way that he handles them, he uses his anger and temper.
例如好似小朋友食飯就係望住電視，跟住跌咗嗰碗飯。
For example, when my kids watch TV while eating and they knock off their bowl,
佢會即刻拍台，然後大叫。
he would step on the table and yell at them.
佢嗰下發落嘅時候，我哋成家都會震一震。
When he loses his temper like that, our whole family would be so frightened.
明明一家人食飯氣氛好好，突然間變到咁冰冷咁恐懼。
Like when it's supposed to be a very warm and happy gathering, but then when he loses his temper, we would be so frightened.
呢種感覺好難受。
This feeling was so bad.
佢就好似個計時炸彈咁樣。
It's like something that would burst any minute.
我唔知道幾時會掂到佢爆發。
I don't know when he will burst.
咁我就係呢一種壓力裏面底下嘅去生活。
So I was always under this kind of pressure at home.
有一次佢為咗功課問題咧，佢教個仔嘅時候
Once when he was teaching the kids their homework,
我見到佢個情緒比以前再嚴重咗。
I could see that his temper was even worse than before.
佢除咗會拍台叫之外咧，
Not only will he step on the table and yell,
佢會用手抽住孩子嘅衣服。
he would use his hand to pick on their clothes
再不停咧問佢嘢。
and then continue to ask them questions.
佢咁樣嚇到我同我仔咧，都即刻咧要調一調個心理嚟。
So he really frightened my son and myself, and my heart suddenly beat really fast.
佢會用衣架打個仔啲手手腳腳。
He would use some clothes rags to hit the children.
有一次佢仲更加用拳頭打個仔。
And once he even punched his kids.
我見到呢個情況，我好心痛。
When I saw these situations, I feel so heartbroken.
我知佢出發點係好嘅。
I know that he has a good heart.
但係佢唔識管理自己嘅情緒。
But he didn't know how to handle his feelings.
佢往往都係由鬧開始。
He always uses his temper.
就會打我嘅小朋友。
And punch his children.
我同佢溝通真係好有問題。
We have a lot of problems communicating.
慢慢咧，我都唔想去表達我嘅感受，對佢越嚟越冷淡。
So slowly, I didn't want to express my feelings, and I became cold towards him.
我個心變得好硬，好似枯乾咗。
My heart is so like withered.
同埋我開始咧好恨我老公。
My heart became hard, and I also resented my husband.
甚至乎恨到一個點咧，我會經常咒佢死。
Even at one point, I always cursed him to death.
因為我冇能力去改變同埋制止佢。
Because I had no way to change him.
我開始有離婚呢一個嘅諗法。
I started to think about having a divorce.
但係嗰陣時個仔仲好細，我唔想佢哋喺一個破碎嘅家庭長大。
But at that time, my kids were still very small. I didn't want them to have a broken family.
因為我細個時候都冇一個完整嘅家，所以我明白呢一個嘅痛苦。
Because I didn't have a complete family when I was growing up, so I understood this feeling.
當時我心裏面咧其實好掙扎。
In my heart, I was really struggling.
因為咧我奶奶係基督徒。
Because my mother-in-law is a Christian.
係佢帶我咧信主同埋咧受浸。
It was her who brought me to Christ and I baptized.
所以神嘅嗰句説話，人不可以分開咧，神所撮合的人不可以分開呢句話。
So I remember what God said about putting people together cannot be separated.
成日喺我心裏面。
It's always in my heart.
所以我就忍我老公嘅脾氣。
So I always just tolerated my husband's temper.
2010年咧，我老公證實患上鼻咽癌。
In 2007, my husband was confirmed to have nasopharyngeal cancer.
喺呢個患病嘅期間咧，我哋一家都經歷咗好多神跡。
During his illness, our family experienced many miracles.
無論喺經濟上面咧，
no matter financially,
或者喺嗰個治療嘅過程當中
or in the treatment process,
每一個地方都見到神嘅作為。
we saw God's deeds everywhere.
因為呢個病咧，我老公接受咗耶穌。
Because of this cancer, he received Christ.
佢嘅鼻咽癌都奇蹟咁樣康復。
And his cancer miraculously got recovered.
大概12年咧，有朋友帶我翻去到荃灣六一一教會。
And then in 2012, a friend took me to 611 Church.
嗰時應該係復興99嗰個時候。
It was the time of revival 99.
我被聖靈大大充滿。
I was filled by the Holy Spirit.
咁我就一直留咗喺荃灣聚會。
So I continued to go to 611 at Chumwan.
每一個星期咧，我都會帶埋兩個仔一齊翻去小組崇拜。
Every week, I brought my children to 611 for worship.
但係嗰陣時我住筲箕灣，每一次都要花成個鐘先至翻到去教會。
At that time, I was living at Shawkey-Wan and took me an hour to get there.
我同我老公衝突就更加之大。
So I had more and more conflicts with my husband because of that.
喺信仰嘅教導上面好大嘅分歧。
I also had a lot of conflicts with him about the doctrines of the Bible.
我俾佢不停嘅攻擊。
I kept being attacked by him.
我好似孤身作戰，冇人明白我。
I felt that I was fighting alone and nobody understood me.
好似得我自己喺度堅持嘅。
I felt like it was only I who insisted.
我經常以淚洗面。
I always had tears on my face.
我嘅情緒變得更加壓抑。
And I was so suppressed.
我冇離婚係因為咧神成日提醒我。
I didn't get a divorce because God always reminded me.
但係我覺得好無奈。
And I felt so helpless.
因為咁多年我丈夫都改唔到。
Because my husband could not change throughout all these years.
到咗19年嘅時候咧，我 我真係對佢嘅容忍到咗極限。
In 2019, my tolerance had reached a limit.
我同神講，我受傷已經夠。
I told God that I have suffered enough already.
我流啲眼淚都流乾咗。
And I have already shed all my tears.
我要決定離婚。
I have decided to
因
get
為
a
嗰陣
divorce
時啲仔都大，
because the kids have grown up already.
我覺得佢會明白我離開呢個原因。
I thought that my kids would understand my decision.
我終於忍唔住同咗我老公講我要離婚。
And then I couldn't stand it, so I told my husband that I wanted to get a divorce.
對我嚟講，一啲傷心都冇。
For me, I was not sad at all.
但係有一種解脫嘅感覺。
I felt relieved
知道我唔再愛我嘅老公。
because I didn't love my husband anymore.
我咧講完離婚第二日，我就上律師樓俾錢簽名辦離婚手續。
After I told my husband about this, I went to 2 days after I went to the solicitor's office to sign the divorce papers.
同年咧新約開咗，
And at the same time, New Crop 611 was opened.
咁我就入咗經亞嗰一組。
And I entered Pastor Zoe's cell group.
我第一次同嘅牧師食飯嘅時候咧，我開聲就同佢講：
When the first time I had a meal with Pastor Zoe, I told her,
我已經決定咗離婚，你唔好再勸我，你唔使勸我。
I have already decided to get a divorce, so you don't need to persuade me to change my mind.
組長佢冇驚訝，好冷靜。
Pastor Zoe wasn't very surprised. She talked to me patiently.
佢了解咗我嘅情況，了解我嘅感受。
She understood my situation and my feelings.
佢就係講一句説話，
She only said one thing.
佢話神係好睇重約嘅，
God very values covenants.
佢話婚姻係一種盟約，
Marriage is a kind of covenant.
神中意我哋守約，因為佢都係守約嘅神。
God likes us to keep covenants because God is a God who keeps covenants.
呢句説話咧，好似閃電咁樣入咗我腦裏面。
The sentence entered my brain like lightning.
呢句説話好有份量，好重。
This sentence was very deep.
我翻到屋企咧，我不斷嘅禱告。
And after I went home, I prayed to God.
我同神講：我唔想你失望。
I told God I don't want you to be disappointed.
我就係想做一啲討你喜悅嘅事。
I just want to do things that please you, God.
我唔想失信。
I don't want to lose faith.
神真係好。
God is really good.
當我決定咗要再同老公一齊相處嘅時候，
When I decided to reconcile with my husband,
我望住我老公，我冇再咁恨佢。
when I faced my husband, I didn't hate him so much anymore.
我開始對佢，即係對佢以往對我嘅傷害咧，我開始要學習原諒佢。
I began to be able to start forgiving him for what he did to me in the past.
並且我知道咧喺神裏面係有盼望。
Because I know that in God there is hope.
我從來對我老公冇希望，係神再一次俾希望我。
I have never had hope in my husband, but God gave me hope.
經過離婚呢個打擊咧，佢開始為我去改變。
After the shock of divorce, he began to change for me.
雖然我老公受咗洗，
Although my husband was
但係佢唔
baptized,
翻教會，
but he doesn't go to church.
但係佢而家會盡量安排時間翻教會同埋同我一齊參加夫妻小組。
But now he will try his best to arrange time to encounter church.
我哋仲啱參加咗對上一屆夫妻營。
He would try to come to cell group, and he even came to the couples camp just last week.
喺營會裏面咧，我哋俾神我哋有好大嘅突破。
And we had a lot of breakthroughs in the camp.
我哋能夠將多年嚟彼此受傷嘅感受好坦誠咁樣講出嚟。
We were able to frankly tell each other about the hurts in the past.
我先知道咧，原來老公之前經常發脾氣。
And I finally found out that he often had throw tempers.
係因為咧佢工作上面同埋經濟上面佢都好大壓力。
Because he had a lot of pressure from work and financially as well.
佢冇開口同我講，因為佢唔善於表達。
He didn't tell me because he wasn't good at communicating.
我知道佢好努力去做一個好爸爸、好丈夫。
I I knew that he really tried really hard to be a good father and good husband,
但係佢自己成日都控制唔到情緒。
but he couldn't manage his own feelings.
佢同我講，原來佢發完脾氣之後咧，佢個心會好內疚，
He
同埋
told
好痛苦。
he told me that every time he lost his temper, he would feel so bad about himself.
佢再同我講話，原來我之前咁冷漠對佢，同樣佢都好受傷害。
And he told me that when I started being cold to him, he also felt very hurt.
我發覺自己原來冇做好妻子嘅本分去了解。
I felt that I didn't do my best as a wife to understand his feelings,
令到佢嘅脾氣越嚟越大起大落，同埋控制唔到。
so that he became a very emotional person, going up and down all the time with his feelings.
嗰一下我先至明白，原來一直以嚟咧，以為就係得我自己受傷害。
At that point, I always thought that I was the only one suffering.
原來我老公同樣都被我去傷害。
But actually, my husband was also suffering because of me.
而家我哋喺營會裏面學咗一套好好嘅溝通方法。
So in the couples camp, we learned a really good way to communicate.
佢從唔識表達，佢而家開始學習去表達。
Before he didn't know how to communicate, but now he has learned how to do it.
開始要學習了解對方感受同埋要原諒對方。
He started to try and understand others' feelings and to forgive others.
佢仲開始會接我嘅感受，
He would also be able to start to embrace my feelings.
同埋佢學識要去處理自己發嬲嗰啲情緒。
And he started to learn how to handle his anger, his feelings.
佢應承我咧，佢話佢會起嚟成為屋企嘅頭。
And he promised me that he will be the head of the family.
佢話會保護我孩子，而唔係傷害我哋。
He said that he will protect us and the children and not to hurt us.
我喺營會裏面咧，俾神好大嘅醫治。
In the couples camp, I was really healed by God.
我真係真正咁原諒我丈夫，
I was able to forgive my husband completely
因為我知道我以前都係咁不堪同埋污穢，
because I know that in the past I was also
That's-
very bad.
但係神同樣都原諒我，
But God also forgave me,
所以我有能力去原諒佢，
so I had the strength to forgive him.
同埋我有一個從神而嚟新嘅眼光咧去望佢。
And now I have a new perspective from God to when I see him.
因為我當初復合嘅時候咧，我只係想順服同埋我敬畏神，我先至會復合。
At first, I reconciled to him because I just wanted to follow God, and
但係營會裏面咧，神改變咗我個心。
I just wanted to obey God. But in the camp, I experienced
神將一個咧會跳動有温度嘅心放翻喺我裏面。
God gave me a heart that is warm and with a heartbeat.
我從前條心已經枯乾，但係今次再一次有翻生命。
Previously, my heart was already dead, but now it has come back to life.
感恩咧，連我自己都想放棄神，但係神從來冇放棄我。
Thank God that when I wanted to give up, but God never gave me up.
神看我哋一家都係寶貴，
God sees my family as a precious family.
佢將出路放喺我前面。
He gave me a way out.
我而家知道夫妻相處係要捨己同埋饒恕。
And now I know that in a family, like in a couple relationship, I need to lay myself down.
感謝主，如果唔係神咧嘅愛去挽回我，同埋咧去建立我，我就冇今日，我就唔會企喺呢度。
I thank God because if it wasn't for Him to bring me back, I wouldn't stand here today.
感謝主讓我能夠成為佢嘅見證，去讓人知道神真係點樣為我一家嗰度做奇事。
I thank God because of His glory and He has brought
感
me
謝
to.
主，願一切榮耀都歸俾我天上嘅我阿爸。
Thank God